Hello guys, welcome to my channel New Leaf Daily. My name's Tony. Um, I've got my notes in front of me here because I've got loads to say, but this is all brand new to me. But as you can tell from the title, it's time. Today is my time to say goodbye to a fucking old friend that I've had for years. An old friend's cannabis, THC, weed, dope, marijuana, herb, whatever you want to call it. It's got a big grip on me now. Been a friend for years, for 29 years, a dear friend, like been close every day, all the time, every day. Been there the whole time. I've got to check my notes again, guys. I'm not going to edit this video out. I'm just going to keep checking my notes. I'm going to keep looking down and keep looking at what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'll just make a load of nonsense up. I mean, it might end up being a load of nonsense anyway. But I've got to start like, sorry, I keep looking down, but I've got to do it. Otherwise, I'm just going to be going. Blah, 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 blah. Guys, I had my first ever taste of cannabis probably from day, probably from the age of 2, probably less than that. My whole family was smoking it. Everyone around them was smoking it. Like, this is like back in the early 70s. I'm talking 72, 73. Everyone was smoking it. Everyone was doing loads of drugs. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, well, I had my first taste at like 2, like being in the areas of like being in the same rooms of everyone like smoking heavily. Back in them days, it was like everyone was smoking like hash, like different hashes from all over the world. Lebanese, Turkish, Afghan hash, Moroccan hash. Yeah, it's all of it was prevalent or prominent, or it was everywhere. I don't know what the word is. But anyway, yeah, so probably for like 50 years, 50 years ago was the first ever taste I had of it. Um, you know, passive smoking, getting a taste for it, getting that smell, understanding that everyone else is like doing something because of this smell that I'm smelling, and noticing that they're different from the smell that I'm smelling. You know, they come into the house, whatever, and I'm probably digressing a bit here, but yeah, from very early age, I've been smelling it and tasting it and being subjected to it. But I'd say from like the day I left the army, which was in 1995, March 1995, I left the Grenadier Guards. I served just short of 7 years in the Grenadier Guards. I got on it straight away. I mean, I was on it before then, but I weren't consistently using it every day because we couldn't. But yeah, from March 1995, the moment I come out of the army, I rolled a big joint, and I didn't stop, and it didn't stop. And I stopped rolling my joints last night. It's like, it's now, what's the date today? Well, it's like March the 20th, I think, or the 12th. March the 12th it is. Should have checked that out, really. But anyway, yeah, so March the 12th, 2024, well, March the 11th, 2024 is the day I give it up, really. So today is my first day without it, but tomorrow will be day 1, my first complete day without it. You know, I haven't gone a complete 24 hours without it yet. So tomorrow will be past 24 hours, but it will be my day 1. I'm looking at my notes again, guys. Sorry, but I've got to do it. Yeah, as I say, it's been a friend with me for like all this time, and it's been a fun friend. You know, I used to smoke it all the time. If I go out anywhere, I'd go and have a joint before I went out, because it would make whatever I was going to do a bit more fun, a bit more personally fun for me. You know, if it was a laborious task or even everyday tasks, if it was fun, sorry, not if it was fun, it would make it fun for me. Sorry, someone just went past and I remember, oh, we're a bit close. But anyway, they're gone now. I'm not bothered editing this out because I don't see any point of it really. Right, guys, I've like I say, it's my friend, but it's become, I've become captive to it. Like, I can't move forward. I can't do anything in my life now without weed being there. Like, if I'm sitting in my room and I go to even go to the toilet or go and have something to eat, go and have a drink, go and make a cup of coffee, whatever, I look at the ashtray first. Is there a joint in there? Can I? Yeah. Oh, I'll go to the toilet. I'll come back and have that joint. Is there a bit of joint left? Yeah. Oh, that's cool then. Everything is like, before I go and do anything, I've got a joint. Yeah, I ain't got a joint. You know, it's constantly in my mind. Like at the moment, my mind is going at the moment. You haven't got a joint. You haven't got a joint. You ain't got a joint. You ain't got a joint. You got no weed at home. When you go home, you ain't got any weed. What are you going to do? You got no weed. You got no weed. You got no weed. That's what my brain's doing at the moment. And it's like I'm sick and tired of it. I am. I'm sick and tired of it. This is supposed to be a friend, and now it's turning me insane. I can't do anything. I can't even think properly. I'm like guys, I not suffer, but I've got attention deficit disorder, not attention deficit hyperactive disorder, because that's more prominent in children. But I've got it. I'm 52, and like I've always thought that I might have it, but I've never really looked into why. You know, I'm not bouncing around going bop biggie bop about everything, and like just going mental about everything, or like really hyperactive, or from one thing to the next thing to the next thing to the next thing to the next thing. I am that, but I'm not hyperactive about it. But my brain does go bang, 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 bang. And that's a neurodiverse attention deficit brain for you. I'll be talking to you now and I'm getting bombarded by thoughts like you could be doing this or you could be doing that. You ain't got any weed, you ain't got any weed, you ain't got any weed. What about people looking at your teeth? It's fucking mental. I'll say them words, I'll probably get done by YouTube for it, but it's fucking mental, mate. Anyway, I'm checking my notes again, right? So yeah, I'm attention deficit, so I might digress a lot because my mind's getting bombarded by thoughts. I might have to block the mic out a bit here because the wind's coming through. By the way, if you can see where I am, it's a bit weird place I am, but it's actually in a bird viewing place. Like there's a lake out there with birds on and people come down there. There's been people here trying to get in here, but I've been like telling them, I'm just filming, I'll only be 10 minutes, but I've been 8 minutes already. So anyway, I've got to work through this, right? Already I'm digressing and my brain's shooting off into other things. I'm going to turn the page now, go on to the next thing. Right, the reason why I'm documenting this, guys, is because like I've never had a journal in my life. Like I'd start a journal off, like be really like I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to write all this down, and I'm going to be able to reflect upon it in 20, 30 years time. But I get to like 2 weeks and I'm gone. It's done. I'm just can't. I've got nothing coming back from it. Like reading it, it's just like it doesn't really work. Like I've not journaled much in my life, and like this is the first time I'm going to actually make a journal, like and keep it. It might only last for so many months or weeks or whatever, but I'm going to document my whole withdrawal from like yesterday and what I'm going to do about my recovery, my recovery full stop from smoking weed and how it's going to affect me. So I'm going to be documenting this every day, probably about 5 minutes every day. I thought this would be 5 minutes, but I'm already at like 10 minutes. So anyway, I've got a lot more to get through. So I'm sorry if I'm shouting into the mic. I hope I'm not. I've checked it so many times, but I'm just doing it now. yeah, the thing with ADD is like there's not much. It's all to do with your dopamines in your brain, a compound in your in your brain called dopamines. And when you smoke weed, you are saturating your brain with dopamines, and dopamines make you feel good. Dopamines are nice; they make you feel happy, and they give you interest in stuff. And I mean, dopamine is not just for keeping. Dopamine is responsible for a lot of stuff, and I will go into that later on in my chapters as I go down. I will cover dopamine a bit more heavier, and I'll do a bit more research into it. But I have done research into it already, but I'm like, there's so much that I've got to get out, and it's just all going around in my brain along with other thoughts as well. I'm just like, I'm almost throwing up because of it. So yeah, it might all be disjointed, and just bear with me, guys. Just bear with me, please. But the reason why I'm documenting it, I've just said that about all my journal shit. Yeah, I'll go back to this. This is where I am. Sorry, I'm just going back to where this is where I am. It's a bird watching thing. It's down at my local country park called Ferry Meadows. It's Ferry Meadows Country Park. There's loads of lakes everywhere, and loads of like nature bits. I was gonna say nature sun, but that's like naked, like nudist. It's not that. Well, there are sordid activities that happen down here, but I'm not going to go into that. Anyway, yeah, I'm documenting this on here because it's easier for me to recall. It's easier for me to just like look at on the telly or look at on my phone, or if I want to go back and look at how I was on day one or how I was on day seven, or I'm videoing it like and not editing it. It's like it shows me the raw format of myself, and like it shows me how confident I am in speaking to you right at the moment. I don't feel all that confident at all. Quite scared, to be honest. I'm even more scared of actually going back home and looking at this and actually like read. Like, I'm not going to redo any of it, but yeah, I'm quite scared, guys. That sounds a bit wussy or a bit weak, but I'm just being honest. This whole thing is about being honest to myself. Being honest, being transparent, and so I could go back and look at this and see how I'm getting on or how I got on, and or see how I kick this fucking habit. Yeah, I'm gonna go on to my next thing now. I mean, I'm at 13 minutes now. My motivation over the past 2 years, right? I've been like really trying to kick this. I've been trying like cold turkey. I've been trying various strengths of CBD drops, all the way up to the highest you can buy on earth. It didn't help. It didn't help. I've been doing these CBD drops, which are like £100 a bottle, and they'd be gone in like 30 days. So it was quite expensive, and it wasn't working. It doesn't work for me. It didn't work for me. Perhaps it's the wrong application. A lot of CBD users are using it for their pain in their bodies, and they're not really using it to withdraw themselves from cannabis or THC. But yeah, I even went cold turkey. I went to Spain last year, and I thought, right, I'll go cold turkey in Spain. I had a month that I was going to spend out there with my dad and Christine, and yeah, it was a perfect opportunity for me. I was away from all the weed. I was away from, even though there was weed out there, but it didn't. I didn't bother with it. It's just like I don't want to go up to people in the street going, "Oh, bro, have you got any weed?" And one, it's like it's a bit distasteful, and two, they all spoke Spanish anyway, so I don't think they would have understood what I was saying apart from weed. But anyway, yeah. So for the past 2 years, I've been trying and trying and trying. back to Spain. Right, sorry, I went off again now. Back to Spain. So I'm in Spain. I've done 2 weeks dry, going through cold sweats, going through sleepless nights. I was drinking quite a lot out there because I could, and sort of like it was a substitute for it anyway. But it was a coping mechanism for me. The drink was, and I thought, month's time, that's 30 days clear. I'll go home, and I should be a lot stronger in being able to go. No, none of this anymore. But on my 14th day out there, I received a call from the sister saying mum's in hospital with really bad cancer, and it's not looking good. It's very aggressive cancer, and it was really aggressive, shockingly aggressive. I'm getting a little bit cold now, but anyway, yeah. So after 14 days, I flew back home, and because I was upset and because it was quite a traumatic time for me, the first thing I did before I even went home was bought a big bag of weed because it was my coping mechanism and I needed it at that time. So I got back into smoking weed again, and I used it until my mum's funeral, and I carried on using it, and then I got to the point of like, well, yeah, sorry, I've just gone to my mum actually died like 10 days after me getting back. So if I spent that whole month out in Spain, I would have missed her death and probably would have missed, not the funeral, she didn't have one, but the wake. So yeah, I'm glad I did come back because, you know, I wanted to be there. Right, so I'm going to move on now, right? I mean, how many minutes? I'm 17 minutes. Last year, guys, I passed my HGV one. Right, I'm really proud of myself. Other people are as well. That's my heavy goods vehicle license, driving license, class 1, which is like articulated trucks, 40 tonners, 36 foot long vehicles. I passed that last year and I've not done any work yet. Reason being I've not done any work is because I've got THC in my system again. And I've got to get rid of this THC out of my system because the moment I go for a job, which I'm going to do now because this is going to be my way out of all this shit that I'm living in, I've got to get this THC out of my blood. And I'm a chronic user. Like, chronic users are like, if you look up chronic user of cannabis user, chronic cannabis user is 4 times a week. 4 times a week. I'd be 4 times before midday. Like that's ultra chronic. That's like, it's beyond. It's off the scale. I mean, you guys might be smoking it as heavy, or you might be just doing little 1 penners every day, or like my dad, right? My dad could go and buy an eighth of dope, right? And it would last him over a week. But he'd smoke about 30 joints a day. And I'd be like, what are you doing? And he's just like, only put a little sprinkle in. And that's all he wanted. That was enough for him. And he could go and do his work and still go and do whatever. And like, it just a little tickle. And like, I'd roll a joint and like, he'd have a bit of it and that would be him. That's his whole day wrecked. Couldn't do anything. Sorry, I'm just checking my notes again, so bear with me, all right? Yeah, so I've got to get this shit out of my system because the moment I go for a job, I'm going to be drug tested, and possibly in the job I'll be drug tested up to every 2 weeks. So this has got to go. It's got to go. It has got to go. I need it to go. I want it to go. It's going. Full stop. Right? Go flip the page now. Yeah. Anyway, I've put at the bottom here. I can't drive vehicles that are bigger than houses whilst I'm stoned. It's just like, that's a big no-no. Like driving while you're stoned is a big no-no anyway. Like everyone thinks that you're quite with it, and yeah, you might feel that you are, but you ain't. Like if you're a chronic user and you ain't with it, You ain't with it. You might think you are, but you're not. I'm not with it. Hopefully over this time, over the next few days, I'm going to be, well, over the next week and through my withdrawal and my recovery process, I'll be with it. But at the moment, I'm not with it. You know, I'm still a bit stoned from last night. You know, it stays in you for ages. Flipping the page. Right, where I live, right, there's one support group, like to help people trying to get off of cannabis. And that support group is called Aspire. It's in Peterborough. But it's mainly full of people that have been sent there from probation that don't want to get off drugs. They're just showing their faces because if they don't, they'll either get put back inside again or they'll break their bail condition or whatever. They'll break their conditions that have been set out for them, you know, by their probation officers or by whoever. But the whole place is full of like undesirable characters that don't really want to be on the planet. You know, they've all got really bad, really bad drug issues or alcohol issues, which is also a drug, but drug issues, really bad. And I don't want to be mixing with people or even going around people like, or even saying hello to people that are like that. Perhaps that's really judgmental and that's a really bad thing for me, but I don't want to be in that area. My recovery and me wanting to get off weed doesn't need to be around that environment. And once you do say, yeah, I want some help, you're put in a room with 30 to 50 other people that don't really want to be there, that have been told to be there. There's not many people down there that go down there wanting help. Most of them are all told to be there, and most of them they're walking dead people. They're all dead. They're already dead. They're just, I think you know what I mean, guys. You know what I mean? I don't need to go into what these people are like, but I can't be asked with all that environment. It's not me. It's not what I need. I don't need to be around that. So that's the only place in Peterborough that will give you some sort of support about to quit weed. Apart from that, you could pay a minimum of £600 a day, right, to go and admit yourself to a private clinic or a private nursing home or a private nursing clinic or whatever, a rehab, right, to go and get yourself off this. I'd love to do that. I'd love to go into a place for 2 months, be totally away from everyone that sells weed, be totally away from everything, and be fed and told everything's all right. But at the end of the day, it's like, does that work? Does that really work? I don't know. But £600 a day, guys, that's over £4,000 a week. That's beyond me. Checking my papers again, all right? So yeah, I've gone over what I've just written down here about support groups. There's hardly anything to do with cannabis. I mean, it's quite a soft drug. People look at it as a soft drug. It is a soft drug. Sometimes I don't even class it as a drug, or I never used to class it as a drug, but it is. And cannabis is like, you could take it, or you could take it as much as you want. It's like how much you want to immerse yourself into it. And like, from when I left the army, I wanted to immerse myself into it. And I did, very heavily. Let me just get back to this, like, cause I'm losing my trail of thought again. I'm starting to think about other stuff. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just going back over the support groups thing, and again, like I've been like looking elsewhere for support or inspiration from people, when all London gigs are ending, didn't I? But yeah, looking for inspiration from people and speaking to other people that have like given up weed, and some people have like slowly like weaned it out, which is a good thing for them. I've tried doing that, but I found myself like I'd be using it as a reward system, which I've used it all the time as a reward system, but I was still using it as a reward system even though I was weaning myself off it. So that's not for me, because I'm still allowing myself to have it for being a good boy for not having it, which doesn't really make any sense. So that's not for me. So I've just got to cut this right out. Yeah, sorry for wind's getting you, but I've got to hide my microphone. But anyway, I'm checking my notes again, guys. As you can see, because I'm looking down at my notes. Yeah, so looking for support, right? I've spoke to people, and they've been quite helpful. And I've been trawling YouTube past, well, probably 2 years. Now and again, submerging myself into trying to see if anyone's got a regime out there that I could stick to, or anything that offers you something that you can integrate yourself into what they're doing. And there are things out there, but they're all behind paid to watch. Like they'll do a massive video at the beginning of like what I'm doing now, and then they'll say, so click on my next video, and you go to click on it and you've got to become a member. And it's like the minimum payment for one of them is £12 a month just to relate to somebody else who's giving up their weed. And it's just like, one of them's a claimed doctor, but whether he's a doctor or not, I don't know. I mean, you could be a doctor in a lot of things. You could be a doctor in engineering, call yourself a doctor. So yeah, he calls himself a doctor, but got a really irritating voice. He's American. I've got nothing against Americans, but yeah, I don't know. Just the voice is just, it really grates me, and I'm just like, I can't listen to him. I try and read through his notes and that on his descriptions, and it's just like, oh, I can still hear his voice. Right. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm checking my notes again. Yeah. Like, why are these people doing YouTube videos on giving up weed? It's for money. It's to grow their YouTube their YouTube channel. Sorry. I'm not about that, guys. I'm doing this, right? I'm doing this 90% from me, right? And the rest of the 10% is for the rest of the world. But this is for me. It's not for you. I'm not telling you how to quit weed. I'm not offering you a system of how to quit weed. I'm just showing you how I am going to quit weed and how I'm quitting it. This isn't, sorry guys, there's somebody else, he's gone. Yeah, going back to, I'm not telling you how to quit weed. I'm not offering you a system, or I'm offering you like an insight into how I quit weed. And I'm sharing with you how I'm feeling when I do it. I'm not telling you how to do it or anything like that. Sorry, somebody else is here. I was letting them pass it and carry on. Yeah, he's going. Anyway, so yeah, this is just me documenting my day-to-day journey. I'm quitting that stuff, man. Yeah, going back over what I've just said, really. How many minutes are on? 29 minutes. Right. Guys, right. Yeah, so going back to, this is just me offering or showing or sharing how I'm doing it, or how I'm feeling, or how it's affecting me. And I'll be sharing like my coping mechanisms and what I'll be doing to cope with the moments when I want a fucking joint. Like now, I'm really dying for a joint. I thought this would only be 5 minutes long, but it's actually much, much longer. But anyway, I've still got pages to get through, but I'm covering it quite quick. Bear with me, please. Yeah, so what I'm documenting, right, guys, is me turning over a new leaf. And that's why I've called my channel New Leaf Daily, because I am doing this daily. I'm turning over a new leaf day by day. This is gigantic what I'm doing, but I might get down the line and I might think, well, actually, it's not. Actually, it's really easy. Hopefully, I'll get to that. I mean, I could be like in 2-3 days. This is actually really easy. I really doubt it, but you know, it could be. I could be making a whole mountain out of a molehill, but I don't know. This is all the first for me, so yeah. Yeah, me doing this as well, like, as I'm saying, I'm doing this 90% for myself, but if it's like, if any, I mean, this video might get put out there, or all my videos might get put out there, and they'll just go into the abyss of YouTube. I mean, YouTube, last time I checked, there's 3.9 million videos uploaded to YouTube every 24 hours. 3.9 million it is. That's a lot of videos. That's a lot of hours, man. Anyway, yeah. So this could just go, be gone. If somebody picks this up, then and somebody watches it or gets past the first minute because I've been looking down at my notes, or he's got weird teeth and I don't want to look at his face because he's got weird teeth and he speaks funny, or he's whatever. Yeah, whatever. You know, I'm also doing this to look at my own teeth because I don't really look at them. But, you know, this is one of my things that I'm going forward with. When I start my HGV, I'm going to be earning some good money, man. I've got to put the hours in, but I'm going to be earning some good money. And once I've got that good money, I'll be going getting myself some good implants, man. Probably Turkey or Poland or other places that are doing it like a quarter of the price that they're doing it in London. I mean, if I want to get implants, I'm going on a tangent a bit here. If I want full nice teeth implants, that's going to cost me close to £20,000 for new teeth. At the moment, I'm at the dentist and I'm getting like partial dentures fitted, and that's been over the past year, and that's a nightmare in itself because my teeth are constantly moving and they all don't fit. And I've got a dentist tomorrow, by the way, in the afternoon, so I don't know when I'm going to film, in the afternoon or morning tomorrow. I might have to have teeth out tomorrow. I'll have my face will be everywhere, and well, not everywhere, but I will have a swollen face and I'll be talking funny. So, but I will do a video tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing a video every day. I want to be doing a video every day. There might be 5 minutes every day. There might be 2 minutes every day. I might come down here tomorrow and just sit there and go, oh, I've got fuck all to say, guys. I've got nothing to say. And I'll just sit here and like, it ain't going to make for much good viewing, but it's going to be there for me to recall back on myself, and I'll be able to look at it and go, fuck, look how unconfident I was, or look how confident I was. I don't know. This is all brand new to me, guys. Recording myself, listening to myself, going back home and watching myself. I'm actually shitting myself. I'm shitting myself. This is like one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life. Just let alone the cannabis thing, like the giving up cannabis is hard enough, but doing this, it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm going to look at my notes again. Yeah, so, I mean, guys, you might be watching this and you might be thinking, maybe it's time for me to give up smoking weed. Or you might have already started smoking and you might be thinking, oh, I don't actually like it. I might actually give it up. If you're thinking that, then give it up straight away. If you're a couple of weeks, a day in, or you've only just tried it, or you're a couple of years in, or however frequent user you are, or if you're thinking about giving it up, do it. Don't keep thinking about it. Just fucking do it, guys. Just do it. I've been thinking about it for years. Just do it. People just walk past and just pointing. Whatever. Hi. Anyway, 35 minutes. Fuck. Right, I'll check my notes again, guys. Yeah, so like if you are a smoker, give it up. If you're thinking about doing it, give it up. You might be a smoker and you might be okay smoking it. Like I went throughout my whole life. I went throughout my army career smoking dope. There was a load of us that smoked dope. I'll go into a video from day one tomorrow, from the very first moment. Tomorrow's video is only going to be like 5 minutes long, and I'll just be doing 5 minutes every day. Like today's a much longer video because it's like introductions, but more people going past them when we're used to it. So yeah, tomorrow's video is going to be 5 minutes long, and I'm just going to keep a 5-minute upload every day. I'm not going to bother editing it. It's just going to be my raw, just me. So yeah, so that's what you can expect from my videos. Just be 5 minutes long, roughly about 5 minutes. I thought this would be 10 minutes, but I thought I'd be like having to talk long to stretch it out for 10 minutes, but we're at 36 minutes, guys. So anyway, yeah, what I've written down here, the last bits are pretty much what I just told you about how scared I am about doing this. They're nice birdies. But anyway, birds on the water. There's a big pond out there and people look for it to take photos, and it's like a bird watching hut, or yeah, it's a hut, cubicle. Anyway, whatever it is. I'm going to be filming like out in the woods. Like I want to film out in the woods, but I'm inside because like the weather's really crap at the moment. So I didn't want to get water everywhere, or water not everywhere, but on my lens or on my precious equipment. But anyway, yeah. I'm just going through my notes, and it's pretty much what I've just told you anyway. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know if YouTube is the right way of doing this. Like, I'm not doing this for any fame. I'm not doing this for any like to get on a YouTube ladder. I'm not doing this to grow a channel. I'm not doing this to get any acknowledgement. I'm not doing this for, as I said, I'm not doing this for anyone else. It's for myself mainly. If somebody else, if this like nudges somebody into thinking, actually, this guy's onto something, he needs to like, or not me, but who, like the viewer, you, needs to like, I'm getting a bit of anxiety of like, none of this is being recorded. I've just spoke all this time for like nothing. But hopefully once I press my button to finish, I'll go and have a look, it'll be done. Hopefully it'll be done. I'll shit myself if it isn't, because I'm not doing all this again. But anyway, guys, I'm going to be totally transparent with you the whole time. I'm going to be totally transparent with myself. I'm going to be honest. Some of the things I talk about could be right near the knuckle, and it might be like, but I've got to do it. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about like other drugs as well. I've done quite a lot of drugs, guys. I've done quite a lot of variants of drugs, and I've done quite a lot of amounts of them for quite a long time in my life. Some of them I've had habits with. Sorry, I've got somebody here. So I'm just filming at the moment. So I'll be gone in about 10 minutes. I'm sorry. Sorry. I feel really bad now. But I should have stopped it. But anyway, I'm carrying on. Where was I? I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, YouTube, whether this is the right thing to do. It's the thing I'm doing. So, yeah. This is easier for me to look back at and truly reflect on my progress instead of looking down. Or I felt like this, or I wrote, I feel like this today, or I've had this to eat, or my tummy hurts, or I'm just like, I can tell it out. Sorry, I just spat then. I could tell this out on a video, and I don't have to write it all down, or I don't have to like later on in life when I look back at this think, is that what I meant, or is it not what I meant? I can just look at this and I know what I mean. I know where I am, and I know what I'm feeling through looking back at this. Like in so many weeks' time, when you know I'm going to be feeling better, and I am. You know, I'm going to be going through a lot of shit. Sleepless nights, hot sweats, bad appetite, mood swings, and severe anxieties, whilst all my dopamine's resetting itself, if it resets itself, because some people don't ever reset their dopamines back, whilst my dopamine's resetting, it's going to be hard work, guys, but I'm going to be here every day doing it. Yeah, it's like, it's all going out in the public domain, and it's like, it might not be the best thing to do, but I'm doing it. As I said, I'm doing it. So hopefully, if you do pick it up and you do see this and you do actually like get to this point of the video, I mean, I'm 41 minutes in. If you're this part way in, then you've got an avid interest in wanting to quit cannabis or wanting to track my progression in quitting cannabis. Yeah, it's like, this is really uncomfortable for me to do. As I said, I'm shitting myself, but I feel it's good to push yourself out into an uncomfortable zone, and you don't know until you've actually pushed yourself out there that you know that it's actually not that uncomfortable. Like this at the moment, I'm scared of what I'm doing, but later on I might think, oh, this is really easy. Making YouTube videos really easy. Giving up weed's really easy. Like, I don't think it's going to be, but there's a possibility it could be. So I'm planning to fly through this and master my withdrawals and recovery from THC and never go back to it. But I'm prepared. I plan to succeed, but I am prepared to fail, as I always am. I'm always prepared to fail, and you should always be prepared, because if you're not prepared to fail, and it's not like being negative, oh yeah, but this could happen or that could happen. Yeah, everything could happen, but be prepared for it. Don't plan for it, just be prepared for it. So if it does happen, and 9 times out of 10 it won't happen, because what's going good for you will go good. But if it goes shit, just be prepared for it. And it won't knock you on your ass. It won't smash your face in. You're like, right, fair enough. And you'll be able to pick yourself straight up much more easier, learn from them mistakes immediately, which you've got to do. You've got to learn from your mistakes. If you're making them, you're learning properly. But if you're not remembering them, then you ain't learning properly, and you're going to carry on making that mistake. Hello. The bumblebee is fucking massive. That's massive. Anyway, it's gone now. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just keep losing my train of thought, guys. That's why I've written it all down. But yeah, so guys, if you want to carry on following me, I'm going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to be here the next day. I'm going to be here the day after that, the day after that, the day after that. It might be in the morning. It might be daytime. It might be at night time. But I'm going to be out, and I'm going to make a video. And it'll only be a short video. This one's quite long now, but it'll only be a shorty. And it'll be like a check-in video. But I'll be offering tips and that. Like, I'll be doing a bit of research about certain things that I'll be experiencing, or that I am experiencing, and I'll be sharing them with you, and perhaps offering you ways that you could also, well, you can relate to what I'm saying throughout my videos. So, yeah. So, I mean, this could be your first video today, or this is my first video today, sorry, and this could be your first time watching it, like actually today, because I'm going to upload this today. And you might be thinking, actually, oh, this is what I need to like, just relate. I might be able to relate to this person in like quitting my weed. Yeah, quitting the weed. That's what this is about. It's about quitting weed. It's not about quitting other drugs. It's about quitting weed. if you want to do that and you want to join me tomorrow, then if you subscribe to my channel, and I'm not saying this so it can grow and I can earn money and flourish in the whole YouTube world. I'm not fucking interested in it. But if you subscribe to it and leave the notifications on, you'll be notified of when my next video is being uploaded. So if you're sitting there waiting for it to be uploaded, I'm not saying you are, but if you are, then you'll get notifications of when it's been uploaded and you just get straight onto it. But I'd appreciate it if you left a like, and I'd only appreciate it in a way of like, if you actually have liked the video, or leave a dislike, or don't do it. You don't have to do any of it. It's just like feedback for me, really, not to help any algorithm or YouTube algorithm. It's just feedback for myself. So yeah, leave a dislike if you want to. If you do leave a dislike, please leave a dislike. Please leave a comment in the comment section below on why you dislike my video. If you're a troll out there and you want to troll this videos or you want to troll my channel, then I've got sniper teams out there ready for you guys. You won't last 5 seconds, guys. All right. So I'm just leaving that out there. If you want to take this any further and you want to speak to me any further, I've actually set up a Discord server, my own Discord server, which runs alongside this channel, New Leaf Daily. The Discord server is called New Leaf Daily, and I'll be putting on there. I'll be documenting on there also what I'll be documenting on YouTube. But I'll be putting all my chapters up there. There's channels in there that you can share your thoughts or feelings or moods or how you're overcoming your withdrawals or your recoveries or anything that's kicking cannabis related, or wanting to kick cannabis or wanting to kick THC related. Anything to do with that, you can talk to me in Discord. It's a bit more private than just leaving comments in YouTube. There is a link in the description below this video and it will take you straight to my Discord. There is a private channel in there if you want to talk to me like privately. Nobody else will be able to see it. They can't even hack into it. So yeah, I'm going to turn my page now because I'm on my last page. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you watching this video. It means a lot to me. You got to the end. 47 minutes. I mean, that's shocking. I didn't think I'd have 47 minutes at all, really. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. I'm sure tomorrow I'll be a bit more calm, and I'll look for another place to film tomorrow. And yeah, so yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, until tomorrow, tread lightly and breathe deeply. Thank you.